on to the next session, which is the Grand Forum. I'll give the stage straight to our moderator here today, and I think we need to amplify the energy a little bit, so let's give a big hand to Dr. Ranjan Kumar Mohapatra, former HR Director, Indian Oil Corporation Limited. Hi, welcome to the stage.
Oh, hello. Am I audible? Am I audible? I'm only hearing from here. I'm not hearing from anywhere in the back. Am I audible? So, good evening, Indonesia. Good evening. Again, it's only coming from here. The whole of Indonesia. Okay, my brother, Sheikh Faleh, has requested me that we'll have to shorten it because we have some programs. We would like all of you to enjoy that handing over as well. So we'll try to keep it simple and straight. That's all. So we'll end up with a kiss. Thank you. Okay. So friends, the topic for this grand forum, I think we all had been waiting for. I don't know how many of us are waiting for that. Okay. So this is the future of people and adaptive organization in the digital era, the way forward. So you already heard the AI-generated Pedro and Patti. So, but this time, at least I promise we will have actual Pedro and Patti here. So don't worry about AI. Only digital cannot be the solutions to everything. Okay? So with this, as we know, of course, as we are drawing close to this particular conference, what we have learned all the ways in these 2 days, 3 days, third day we are already in, that how the future of work, the future of workplace, and the future of workforce has changed. And what role digital AI has to play, will be playing. And with this topic, I cannot ask for, thank you, my brother, I could not have asked for a better erudite panel to be here. So I will invite each one of them. I would request them to take space from that side. So we have first someone from India who is a seasoned CHRO. He leads the organization with compassion, and the manpower that he leads is only 200,000. So please welcome Dr. Vinay Ranjan, the Director HR from Coal India Limited. Please come. You can come this way also. Now from India, we move to Indonesia. We have a champion of competency shaping. He may look very silent. Where is Dharma? I am not seeing Dharma. Please welcome Mr. Dharma Syahputra, ED of Indonesian Competency Advocacy Association. And you look lovely. You all people look lovely with this shirt. Next time we have conference in Indonesia. On behalf of my brother, I am promising that all foreign delegates will get a shirt free. Again, of course, we have from Indonesia, Mr. Gani. Again, in a lovely shirt, Mr. Gani, who is the Vice Chairman of Educational Affairs, a leader, education affairs leader, who is very passionate about all the activities relating to academia and industry. So, Jimmy here. We must hear claps. That's what the energy will keep flowing then. Next, we have somebody whom you saw virtually, we heard virtually. Now let us see him physically. A passionate CEO from Portugal, the CEO of Keep Talent. Of course, our ex-board member, my friend Pedro Ramos. I just now blessed them, both of them. And the next on line is another founding partner and CEO of Asia Center of Leadership and Civilization, Mr. Rohn Rajen from Malaysia. So we have two from Indonesia, one from Portugal, one from India, now from Malaysia, Ron Rajen. Ron, welcome. And of course, last but not the least, another one who has been spearheading everything here, who has been the focus of every activities here, and who has been the center of attraction, Dr. Paddy Phillips, a CEO par excellence from ROI Institute, and of course, she is the chair of IFTDO. Let us hear for this panel. Okay, I think we have to maintain what I have promised to my brother. So we'll maintain that. So we'll have so thank you very much for all of you. Be here, I'm sorry. Grand Forum will be slightly sub-grand forum. From 65 minutes, we are cutting down to 30 minutes. So be prepared for that. What people want, very short and swift answers. So I will immediately ask you one question where we can hear your views just in 1 minute. What in your view is the single biggest shift required in how organizations think about their people in this digital era? So we'll start with Dr. Vinay Ranjan, please. Yeah.
Thank you, sir. I call him sir, so he's my senior. Please allow me to do two predictions before I answer his question. Will you allow me 30 seconds?
Yeah. Go ahead.
Thank you. Let me quote World Economic Forum and Ray Kurzweil. Ray Kurzweil is the famous futurist, and he wrote a book in 2005, Singularity is Near. And he said two things. He said one thing. By 2035, machine will have equal intelligence to humans. By 2045, machine will have intelligence of entire humankind. We have 7.58 billion people in the earth. So this is a scary, prediction, Ray, when he wrote the book in 2005. But some futurist has preponed the date. He say now only in 2030. So, future digital era, we need to keep tracking and keep tab of these things. Second thing is, by World Economic Forum, 65% of our children who are studying in primary now will end up doing degrees which is not yet invented. The course they will do. The 2%. Coming to the biggest shift in people management in digital era, will we shift from supervision to enablement? Okay. In traditional organization, you have a supervisor everywhere. You have managers, you have general managers, you have a CEO. The role of CEO will be not chief executive officer. It will be chief enablement officer. His designation will change. He has to enable, he has to put everything. And collaboration will be big thing. Suppose we need to produce this jacket,
Okay, I think I have to stop you.
Thank you.
I'm also cutting down 1 minute from your next answer. So
No worry.
we'll go to Dharma quickly. Sorry, we'll come back to you.
Yeah, I think the biggest shift that we've seen, we've seen last 2 days in the conference and today. I would say this in a very short word, this is a high-tech, high-touch. So we've seen about how we adopt technology, but at the same time, we see that the shift will be to the human.
Okay.
The focus will be the human. It means skills and human soft skills. So that will be the center of the transformations in the future. So the focus will be shifting the man from only previously we heard as human resources to become the man will be the center of the value creations.
Thank you so much, Dharma. Thank you. Yeah, over to you, Jimmy. Quick.
Well, this is certainly a very interesting time that we are seeing. I mean, we've seen Industrial Revolution 1, 2, 3, 4. And I think the single biggest thing is balanced adaptivity. Because in the past, we see that technology has enabled human works to be replaced by machine. But as we see through automation, but as we see nowadays, work itself has changed, and there's a shift in the work, and new jobs, new positions are created, and now it's shifting to a so-called gig economy, whereby you're not working continuously, but by gigs. So it's a very interesting, and you have to be adaptive balancedly.
Thank you. That's the topic. That's what my brother insisted on, having adaptive learning as a part of our conference, right? Okay, thank you so much. Yeah, Pedro?
The world are changing now, the companies are changing, but the people are changing too. Nowadays, we need to forget people like human resources. That is the point. People are people, finally, inside the organizations, and they have needs. They need to be treated as human beings with all of the quality that they would like. They like to the future, the future of the companies and the future of the world. For that, we need to forget definitely the expression human resources.
Yeah, it's a great resources, from resources to being. That's the shift that you are talking about. Yeah.
Thank
Rohn.
you, Doctor. I totally agree with previous comments that we are emphasizing too much on profit and technology. And this direction will lead to a very disruptive and destructive end for humanity. My view as a leadership center operator is basically we need to balance it, and we should never forget the reason we want technology is to make human life better. Not just for certain individuals to make money, profit, in the expense of humanity.
Wow, okay. I think when they're talking about these points, we can have claps also, all throughout. Yes, some appreciation. Yeah, over to you, Patti. What do you feel?
I think it's
Biggest shift.
Yeah, biggest shift that we're seeing is the relinquishment of command and control and enabling teams to work together to experiment and to engage with the digital technology, see what works, what doesn't, and embrace the failures and celebrate the successes.
Wow. Embrace the failure and celebrate the success. That's what. Thank you. Okay, so we'll go to specific questions. As I told in the beginning, we could not have got a better panel than this, and they come with variety of experiences put together. I think they are sitting here with more than 200 years of experience. So let me start from the heart of public sector, where heritage meets aspiration. Okay. So the question to you, Dr. Vinay, how do government-run organizations evolve to become adaptive, tech-integrated, and still uphold public values? Can you share a case where transformation happened from within? We all know that public sectors, sometimes we feel that they're dogmatic, they're very slow in taking decisions, but then I know Coal India, how it does take. So what is your experience?
No, yeah, it's very difficult. Yesterday was somebody talking about how you can make elephant dance, and Coal India being, monolithic, large organization, transformation is not very easy, difficult. And public sector per se has been created as a welfare organization, welfare state, rather than a profit-centric mindset when Government of India conceived of public sectors in 1950s. And we have a welfare agenda in mind rather than profit. So one specific digital transformation was about coal distribution, how coal is distributed inside hinterlands of India. Is about one is long time fuel supply agreement where 80% coal sales happened. 20% sales was happening through e-auction. Okay. So when we thought of it was different e-auction for rail, different, were 8, 9 different e-auctions used to happen. Then we come up with the idea for customer that mode agnostic single e-auction.
Okay.
So the customer can, log in and through single e-auction they can take coal. So that was a big example, and the values was transparency, fairness. Then everybody has all the customer has an equal chance to, because demand is more in India in terms of coal, and supply is scarce. We are working. Demand is for maybe 1,200 million tons, and production is only 900 million tons. So everybody wants to have a bigger pie in the demand. So that's what we did.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Dr. Vinay. And in fact, it's very interesting when you do a digital intervention in an organization of that size. You have to be careful that it reaches everywhere. I mean, I'm really thankful. It is a great example where it must have reached not only the customers but our own employees as well. How they have also come forward. Okay, my question to Dharma. Obviously, competency, something on competency from transformation to talent. How are competency framework adapting in your region, of course, specifically? And what innovations are helping them remain future ready in an AI augmented world?
Thank you for the question, Dr. Rajan. First of all, I would like to thank you to the AI podcast that have done a very good job. And one is amplifying our JNIK competency, Indonesia Competent 2030 initiatives, actually. So we in JNIK actually are encouraging and promoting this competency framework for human capitals to be certified for human capital skill. Previously, we focused much by sectoral, by functions. So now, it's been 5 years since the first time that we established the framework. But now we realize that with all the dynamics in AI and technology today, it's no longer adaptive, no longer suitable. So there we are currently initiates for a review for that. So what's the digital and AI really is one of the trigger. So what we see that's a possibility that we will focus on more and across competency from all the sectors. Okay. First, that basically focus on leveraging the what we call as more power competencies, like that leveraging human capability on harnessing the AI and technology development to be more adaptive. And one other interesting that we see the possibility that we use the data of all our workforce actually itself that can generate that the competency itself, including the competency gap. Okay. I see that would be powerful to generate what actually the competency provides and how's the gap actually for each sectors and each functions that's generated from all the data. That would give more precise on what the issue that we have in competency. That's how I think that's possibility that how we develop the new framework of the competency.
Thank you. I think it's a learning thing for others as well. It's a learning thing for other places where competency, I mean, when you can really work on the competencies, whether it is product, project, or place competencies, I think we can see the gaps and that, try to work on it. Thank you very much, Dharma. Okay, over to you, JB. I know one thing, future of I am missing Mr. Amer, who told in the morning that one thing which must remain with us is the power of learning. Learning must continue for lifelong. So, future of work cannot outpace the future of learning. Okay, so let's hear from education. What reforms or redesigns do you think are urgently needed in education system to keep up with the demands of adaptive organizations?
Well, this is quite an interesting issue as we see the landscape of work shifted. Yeah. You know, when I went to school back in the 80s or 90s, we were taught to become lawyers, accountants, doctors, and so on. But if you take a look at the landscape today, there are professions that I didn't hear of back in the 80s and 90s, like the YouTubers, data scientists, Instagram celebrities, TikTok celebrities. And if you see those new gig profession, it seems that there are certain skills that you have to acquire, and many of those skills are not actually taught in school. So the education system must shift from traditional ways of teaching to become more life skills and more of a so-called, let's say, personalized. So it cannot be one-size-fits-all type of education. It has to be really personalized according to what you want to achieve in life. Because doctors, accountants, and so on, no offense to anybody who has that profession, you can actually change and you can actually be replaced by AI, those professions.
Oh, thank you. I think this takes back to what Dr. Vinay also told in the beginning, that many of the jobs will evaporate. They will not be available in another 5, 6 years, 7 years. So education system cannot remain that what we had 10 years before, 20 years before, the same education system we cannot continue with. So thank you for this. And okay, and of course, then we move on to talent. Mr. Amer, we missed you. I quoted you just now. Okay, in a world where talent knows no borders, organizations must also think without borders. I think this is what has been the key word these days. So with that, my question to Pedro,
Yes.
what changes are you seeing in talent mobility? And how can organizations stay competitive and human-centric at the same time? In this, what we heard from the last speaker also, hyper-connected hiring world.
Okay, a disclaimer. I come from the oldest continent in the world, Europe, and Portugal is the oldest in Europe. Who have only old people to work. Of course, the attraction and it's a big challenge for us. It's why we need to increase a global mobility. We need to attract people from other parts around the world. We need to upskilling and reskilling our people that works. If, as you know, I work in Brazil and Africa. Africa have the opposite question. It's a challenge, and I think we need to maintain this matter of diversity and inclusion very active, because we need to put everybody, every talent that we need inside, but inside nowadays is a different thing that in the past. It's why, and finally, a point very important, there is a new idea about the careers patterns. People need more flexibility, adaptability. As I said, people are changing too. And I think with all of these new tools, people management tools, not human resources tools, but people management tools, we can, in front of this big challenge, is to provide the necessary talent in our organizations.
Thank you. And you spoke about this beautifully, about this Europe becoming an old continent. In fact, as far as India is concerned, 65% of Indian population is below 35 years age. So I am almost, you can imagine what will be my condition then in India. So you still remain young. That's the advantage, that you are still young. Anyway, coming back to, of course, one thing we all accept, that even in this digital world, the human touch or deep human touch still has to remain, right? With that, my question to Ron will be, how do you see leadership development shifting from command and control models to more adaptive, emotionally intelligent forms? I think Ron has a presentation to
Yeah.
show. I think, can we run the presentation very quickly?
Okay.
By the time you can say, you can speak.
Due to this question, is quite a complex answer. So I decided to prepare a few slides which we can share with you with special permission from the producer. But so I prepared for 5 minutes. Then Dr. Ranjan, before we started it, he said, takes 3 minutes only. Otherwise, you plug the mic off. Exactly. No, I'm timing it. So I'm going to start now. Okay?
Okay.
Why?
Can
Giving me
we
pressure.
show that presentation? Are we having it?
Yeah, I need to
Okay,
get
you
the
can go
presentation.
ahead and speak on that. Okay.
My time starts
I
with
think
the
they are not
presentation.
able to start.
Yeah. Are we getting those slides?
Not
Okay.
yet.
I was introduced as a leadership center of Asia and civilization studies. Basically, our job is to create future leaders, not only current corporate leaders or current governmental leaders. World Economic Forum has a program for future leaders, but ours is more for the next 20 years, 20 years agenda for Earth. And we don't get the slides?
No.
Okay.
No. Now it is it yours?
So, yeah.
Yeah.
So we are reinventing or restructuring World Economic Forum because the brain behind World Economic Forum is this institute called Institute of Strategic Intelligence, SI. And I'm part of that organization. So we have decided for next 20 years or until 2050 to restructure the way World Economic Forum works, not only focusing on economy and geopolitics. We're going to focus a lot on humanity, especially on healthcare, education, and social needs. And we're going to focus on development of future leaders and also women leaders. Youth and women will become the focus for next 25 years. That's why we are diversifying and what do we call, democratizing the leadership. And there's a huge shift is happening from the west to the east.
Okay.
And good news for Indonesia.
I think you had put your
3
own
minutes
timer.
gone.
Okay, that's something very, very sportive. He had put himself the timer for that. Okay.
Can I finish the sentence? Yeah.
Yeah, let him finish. Then let him finish.
Good news for Indonesia. Out of the 10 regions, one of the regions is Southeast Asia. We actually identified Malaysia as the place to start that, but this morning we changed it to Indonesia. So you will have some kind of a mini Davos in Indonesia addressing future leadership of humanity. The leadership competencies, which we share with the other slides, is available for you with special permission from Strategic Institute. You can get it from the Secretariat.
Okay.
That's the answer for your question.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you. I think, first of all, for his sportiveness, let us clap it for him. Definitely. A big clap for him. Yeah. And this is available. This presentation is available. You can collect it. Okay. So, after hearing all of them, finally measurement becomes the most important thing. How do you measure? Okay. So, my question to you, Patti, will be, how can return on investment in people or people initiatives, how can they be measured? Not just like cost benefit terms, which is there, but in terms of adaptability, engagement, and resilience.
So thank you. So all important measures, and as I talked about today, ROI is one measure, and it does show the extent to which we're using resources efficiently, and it's an important measure. And ROI and profitability are important because we cannot do good unless we do well. And it's how we use the profit and the surplus that really matters most. And how we use it to drive and to measure or to drive resiliency and adaptability is measured in terms of how well people are connecting within the organization and collaborating. So what we often look for are things like simple things like, are they showing up for work on time? Are they coming to work early during the tough times? Okay. We look at collaboration. We use tools like network analysis to see who's involved in what and who's connected with whom and who are the outliers that are connecting with no one, because those are your talent risks. So there are a variety of different ways we can measure resilience in, and we're already doing much of it for other things. Talent development drives those types of measures, and they are important, just as important as that ROI.
Wow. Thank you. I think, okay. I mean, I think this is also very important, even if we are not measuring in terms of economics, but in terms of emotions, in terms of how people are responding to situations and how people are coming up with. Thank you very much, Patti. Okay, we still have much time, whatever the revised time my brother has given, so we still have time. So one rapid fire question, one liner or one word. I will start from here, from Patti I can start. Okay. One advice that you will give to a 30-year-old professional. I'm talking about 30-year-old who is going through this crisis. He's just in the middle of this Gen Z and Gen Y. What advice you will give preparing for the future of work? What is that one advice you will give?
One advice I would give a 30-year-old to prepare for the future of work: step through every open door.
Oh, wow. Step through every open door. Very great. Yes, Rohn, your advice.
Yeah, I will ask them to become a better leader by focusing their life effort to become successful, whatever success means to them, but their purpose must be anchored to humanity.
Purpose must be anchored to humanity. Let us hear for them. These are all golden words for that, but at least for the youngsters from Indonesia who are getting a chance to listen to these people. Yes. Okay, next from Pedro.
Define your purpose too and follow it.
Okay.
Be a good person, be yourself, and learn.
Okay, be a good person, be purposeful of course, but learn. Thank you. Okay, Jimmy.
Well, you cannot be complacent. Learning is lifelong.
Okay.
And education has to be a life journey, because you see that a lot of skills and a lot of things change very fast.
Correct.
So if you're 30, don't be complacent. Don't think that you have learned everything, because there's still a lot more to learn out there.
Thank you. I'll just coin it to a phrase. Be a lifelong learner. That's what. Thank you, Jimmy. Thank you very much. Yeah, Dharma.
Keep learning, always get ready to unlearn and embrace adaptability for change. I think that.
Yes, great. Oh, wow. Great. Thank you so much. Yeah, Dr. Vinay, your last word.
Yeah, digital world in a professional setup is inevitable. You rather adopt digitalization or you will die professionally.
This is a very strong word coming. Either you adapt to the digitalization or you retire professionally. Absolutely. You have to lifelong learn. You can't. I think when we saw Sunil's and the last person who was showing, that young boy, that was also there, that you have to have technology. You have to adapt to the technologies very soon. I think Mr. Amer spoke about it. Everybody in our speakers have been talking about it. So we all know that future isn't just about predicting. It is about preparing. So we all have to be prepared well. And adaptiveness or adaptability is the new efficiency I talk of. On the first day also I was talking of 3 A's. You have to be agile, you have to be adaptable, you have to align your purpose with the purpose of your organization, your own purpose, the purpose of your nation, purpose of the humanity. You must align. So these 3 A's must be remembered. So then, obviously, you got to learn. I think these are the few things which is coming out of these people here. Before I close, we have 3 minutes of the revised timings. brother, you which we had given. So I can take 2 questions very quickly. Anybody, whoever wants to ask a question, please introduce yourself and to which panelist or a common question you want to ask, please ask. Yes. Anyone who wants to ask a question, or we are going for... Dr. Ahmed is thinking of a question. Yeah.
One from Jimmy, APINDO. So
Yes.
to all, APINDO is, correct me if I'm wrong, the Employer Association of Indonesia.
Yes.
Okay. So you represent most of the employers in Indonesia,
Yeah.
SME and more bigger companies,
Right.
MNC and so on. How do you see the CEOs, not the HR, not the training, how do you see the CEO are ready to be adaptive?
That's a very tough question. But we did conduct a survey, and we did also develop a roadmap. We have about 13,000 members going across 35 provinces and about 500 cities and regions. And it's very interesting how the CEOs have actually provided their thoughts. And the thoughts is that they're focusing on the so-called change, transformation. And the transformation is on technology. Automation is one thing, but technology has taken over a lot of human works. And we're looking at how we can embrace that rather than resist to the changes that's happening. And this is tough because a lot of traditional sectors, for example, I'm in the retail sector. I've been in the retail sector for some time. I was the CEO of a state-owned retail since 2009. Back in 2009, 16 years ago, and today it's much different. And you can see that we have to really embrace. Otherwise, if you don't embrace, then you will die. And I think that is the specialty of a CEO, Chief Enabler Officer, as you mentioned.
Yeah.
So not only executing, but also how to enable the organization to adapt to change.
Thank you. I think it's a brilliant answer. Yeah, unless you adapt, you will die. I mean, that's again within the inverted comma. You will die professionally. Thank you. I think that's something which is also extremely important for each one of us. It tells us that AI also, I mean, I'm just coming to digital only. Everybody has been talking about AI. Please use AI as an enabler. You use AI as an enabler, and then you will convert everything to your best uses. Right? Thank you. I have time for one question. Almost we are closing. Any question? One more. Anybody I'm looking at? No. People are all eager. There is a question? Okay. So if there is no question, let me try to finish it. I think we have seen from public sector, from public purpose to private agility, from education to execution, and from leadership to impact. So this erudite panel has really gifted us with lots of thoughts, not just answers. I think that is probably, but you have provided us some lenses where we all can look through the problem or the issues which is coming up to us. I think that's something, and you have given us a variety of ideas, variety of answers, going by the experiences, that variety of experience that you all have. So thanks to each one of you. I think we can applaud from each one of them. Thank you so much. And I have closed on time, my brother. So you should also be thanking me. Thank you.
All right, a round of applause for that grand forum, ladies and gentlemen. Please take probably 2 steps forward as we take a group photo together. All right. Now, ladies and gentlemen, of course, we'd like to thank our moderator today, Dr. Ranjan Kumar Mohapatra. Thank you for moderating such an energized session to close off our conference today. And of course, thank you to all of our panelists, Dr. Vinay Ranjan, Mr. Dharma Syahputra, Mr. Gani, Dr. Pedro Ramos, Mr. Rohn, Rajen, and also Dr. Patti. Thank you so much. All right, so with that, we appreciate all of your valuable insights in such an exciting talk. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you to our moderator and all of our panelists. We'll let you back to your seats. Thank you.